Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be on this acorn cookie that I made here. For those of you who are new to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you do not miss an upload from me. And if you're old to my channel, tuning back in with us, thank you guys for joining and supporting my channel. So if you follow me, you'll see how I make my cookie dough and how I make my royal icing. I will try to remember to put a link down below because I always get questions like, why didn't I put a link down below? But I guess it just depends on what I'm doing. I don't be having time, but I will try to remember for you guys so you can go straight to the link. So how I did this cookie, I went ahead and flooded this cookie and it have dried overnight. I always let my cookies dry overnight before I touch back on them because I don't want them to crack or break. In this tutorial, we are using my airbrush machine. This is the one I am using. I purchased this one from Amazon. A mini air compressor. And then I'm using the airbrush colors here. It comes in the big box that I have. And those are the colors in the box. It also comes with a pinwheel where you can use and change, like use the colors to mix and match what color you want to use. And that's how that works. So what I did is I put one drop, actually 2 drops in my pen here, and I'm going to move this one out of the way so I can show you guys what I did. And I'm going to grab my next cookie and move. This one actually kind of chipped because I picked it up when I was moving it, but that's okay. I still have a little color in there, so I don't know if you can see that, but I don't want to put any more. So I'm going to wrap my machine around my hand. And this is what I do. I just put it around my arm for me to hold it. This keeps my cord out of the way. I have my setting. I have 3 lights on here. 1, 2, 3. I have it on the low setting. And before I put it on the cookie, I just always test it and spray to make sure it's on that one that I'm looking for, if you saw that. So I hold it like this far back from the cookie. And I'm not using my turntable because I don't want to use that. Sometimes I get a little aggravated with my turntable when I'm doing this. So I just like to put it on the napkin and turn it on my counter. And I'm just moving my hand back and forth like this, spraying my cookie. And I want to get up on there closer to get it a little darker. Because if I leave it light, you won't see the effect that I'm trying to get with this acorn. Alright. I need to hit the top up here a little bit more. Alright. Now we're going to do the top part of the acorn. And I'll show you guys how I'm going to do that with some really thick royal icing here. I'll be back. Okay, so I have my icing here in a thick paste, and I'm using a number 2 tip. And what I'm going to do is pipe some little, I don't know what they call on here, but just watch me So I'm just squeezing and pulling down. Squeezing and pulling down. Or backwards. If y'all have any questions or comments down, put them down below for me. I'll be sure to respond to them. It's like you're making a little heart. See how I'm doing that? I'm bringing it up and down. Up and down. That's what I'm doing. Up and down and pull. Up and down and pull. Up, pull. Up, pull. Up and pull. Up, pull backwards. And sometimes this may happen. Me pulling, as I'm pulling, is touching. But everyone have their own way of doing it. This is my way of doing it. So we'll do this all the way around, all the way till we get to the top. And then we're going to wait for this to dry because we're going to go over our airbrush with this color. Go over the airbrush. And while I have this thick paste here, let's go ahead and make my squiggly piece up there. I'm going to finish this and I'll be back. Alright, so this last part, I'm going to show you guys how I fill in the edges there. Instead of taking it with two, like doubling it up, you just single it up. So right here is where I left off. I just pull up and back, up and back, until I'm covering up the very edges here. And then we're gonna let this crust over some before we move on to spray painting it. But so far, this is what we have. So here's my second cookie, and I'm just gonna do the same thing. Show you guys on here one more time. Okay, so now this one has crusted over, so we're gonna go ahead and go back in here with our brush. So we're just gonna pull back slightly in circular motion. On a low setting. Alright, so here is our finished acorn. I hit it right here a little bit. So if you have any questions or comments, please put